Well, good morning, kids. As our other pupils, come into the classroom on a Monday morning. Good morning. Good morning. It is what, March 11th. So welcome to almost spring. Certainly here in Florida. I know Jersey. You guys are right around the corner. It's going to be nice there pretty soon too. So we have a very special guest, Mr. Andrew Wiley, with us today from Homes.com, and I'm sure because we are all in the industry, in this real estate industry, we've noticed you pay attention to the marketing of different advertisers, and Homes.com is making a huge push to try to, help us generate some leads. And that's why they reached out to me, seeing that the group we have here, and wanted to share what they're doing. So, so Andrew, why don't you take a few minutes and introduce yourself first of all, and if we could, make sure everybody is muted for the time being. If you are, if not, I can reach you. And Andrew, so then take this stage, and I'll give you the screen as well. Okay.
Okay. Perfect. Yep. Appreciate it. Yeah. 1 second. Share. Yeah. Saying who's disabled participant screen sharing. So I have control there. Should be good to go.
Okay.
There we go. Got that. So I'll walk you through a couple quick slides. Just let me know if you guys can see that Homes.com with the scrolling.
Yes,
excuse me.
yes, we can. Yep, no problem.
All right, perfect. So yeah, quick introduction. And John, thanks for having me on today. My name's Andrew Wiley with Homes.com. I'm one of the local reps based here in the Tampa Bay area. So any questions about Homes.com, yeah, I'll certainly be a resource for you there. Any questions that you have, I'm going to fly through a couple quick slides. So if we can, save questions till the end, and I'll look to answer to the best of my ability there. But definitely exciting times at Homes.com. I'll give you guys an update on what's new with us, how the industry is changing, and how it'll benefit you guys as well. So like I said, any questions, don't hesitate to reach out on Homes.com. But really, when you're looking at marketing, you've got two primary challenges, no matter the industry. The first one is reaching your target market, and then the second one is differentiating yourself above your competitors. So Homes.com, it's a direct feed coming in from the MLS, so it's now going to be the quickest, easiest way to reach your target audience. And then I'll share with you today the Homes.com membership, which will then allow you to differentiate yourself above your competitors. All of the additional exposure that you get with membership leads to higher quality leads, better leads, and more commission dollars in your pocket as a result of those leads, and just a better return on your investment than any other marketing providers out there. Before I jump in, though, we mentioned a couple of the brands underneath the CoStar group umbrella. Just note, across our entire network, you've had about 2 billion views to our websites over the last 12 months. We have a proven track record of creating great websites and then drawing traffic to those websites and benefiting the folks that are across that network. So all in all, you've had about 2 billion visits to our websites over the last 12 months. All of that exposure has then resulted in about 100 million leads being generated. And as a result of all of those leads, about $1 trillion in transaction in sales volume being completed as a direct result of those leads. But what's different from us, from anyone else, is that across our entire network, the true sole listing agent will be the primary contact on each one of those listings. So just note, our whole principle is your listing, your lead. And just to be very clear as well, because some of our competitors are in fact brokerage shops, just to be very clear, CoStar Group, we've never taken a commission, tried to disintermediate agents, taken a referral fee, engaged in iBuying, and we never will. In fact, when CoStar Group acquired Homes.com, we discontinued, sunset about $80 million in annualized revenue because it didn't align with your listing, your lead. So completely committed to that. And once again, that's going to benefit the agents, whether on the listing side or on the buyer side of things as well. Before we could relaunch the new Homes.com, though, we had to do our homework. So we listened to the industry, and a lot of what we sensed is that there was a lot of frustration, especially on the agent side of things, in regards to the other marketing providers that are out there. So I'm going to show you a couple quick clips from those focus groups. And because Zillow and realtor.com, they're not your listing, your lead, you can sense a lot of frustration from the agents, whether on the listing side or on the buyer agency side of things relevant to all of that. So the first clip here, you can see this is a listing agent.
As the listing agent, you don't get the leads anymore. You're
See,
like the low man on the totem.
That's why I don't like to give it.
It used to be that you always did.
You guys hear that okay? Just want to confirm.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, perfect.
Zillow will not be
Zillow
bought.
and Redfin,
Okay.
the same thing, have their preferred agents that they work with.
They're a broker.
It's
Well,
it's
They compete
deceptive.
with you.
Yeah.
They
They're
compete with
competing
you.
with you
Exactly.
every deal.
So they use our listing and they compete with us using our listings.
So ton of frustration there. You can see on Zillow or realtor.com, all of the contact information for the listing agent, the phone numbers, the branding for the brokerage, it's all completely stripped away. Whereas on homes.com, if you're the listing agent, you're going to be featured and showcase across your listings, whether from the search results here, or also if you click into an actual listing profile, you can also see the difference there as well. You can see Jan, the branding for Compass there, her direct phone number, and you can reach out directly to her. Whereas whether you're on Zillow or realtor.com, just a completely different setup there, not branding the actual listing agent and their brokerage. So it's really misleading from a consumer perspective as well. So here's a quick clip, some of the buyers that are searching online as well.
Any issues with that approach, that it's not the listing agent there, but it's another Zillow agent? Do you see any issues there?
I think it should be disclaimed.
They should tell you that.
Yeah.
They should tell you that.
It might be helpful.
This just says
Or-
contact agent.
Or does it
Because
not?
that kind of
Does
sounds
it-
kind of
does it-
shady.
But depending on the plan that you would have with a Zillow or realtor.com, you can sometimes be giving up north of 40% of your commission dollars to, say, Zillow as an example. In fact, Zillow's president was at an industry event just a couple weeks ago, and you can hear some of the frustration coming in from the crowd when pressed on that issue.
I mean, you do take a big chunk of their change, though. I mean, 40% of it, that is a shitload of money.
I would say I'll wait till it dies down.
I didn't get an applause, by the way.
So with that, the industry is pulling for an alternative. In fact, this was EXP CEO just a couple months back looking to create a partnership with homes.com because it democratizes the ability for agents to generate leads. So with that, we've listened to you, both the agent community and the consumer, and we've now launched the new homes.com, the first and only your listing, your lead U.S. residential real estate portal. But in true CoStar Group fashion too, we don't just have the business model that is going to support the agent community. We also have content that nobody else has as well.
Homebuyers don't just buy a house, they buy the neighborhood. Over the course of a year, our content team of over 1,000 people set out to tell the story of every neighborhood in the country. 21,000 of them. Our photographers drove over 2.5 million miles, captured 1.5 million images, and nearly 4 million videos. We have the largest drone fleet in North America, and this past year, we flew over 350,000 drone flights. We help buyers understand neighborhoods just like they're hearing it from locals, empowering high-intent home buyers who know what they want.
You can see we did that for 21,000 neighborhoods across the United States, this incredible neighborhood search. And I moved down to Tampa from the DC area back in 2016 and really wish I had this incredible neighborhood search back then, because truthfully, I just moved down here, drove around for about a week and stayed at hotels until I landed in St. Pete. But you've got this incredible neighborhood search. This is an LA example, but if you get a second, do the exact same thing if you're in South Tampa or Melbourne, whatever it might be. You've got a bunch of different filters to choose from through here, a bunch of different layers as well. But if I click into one of these individual neighborhoods, we'll just use Los Feliz as an example here. You have incredible content, everything relevant, to that individual neighborhood and the lifestyle that a potential buyer would experience, living in that neighborhood as well. So you can see some of the photography that, once again, we hired 1,000 photographers to shoot 21,000 neighborhoods across the United States. So you can see what the topography looks like. some of the local landmarks. You can see parks and recreation, and then also where you're going to shop for groceries as well. So here's a quick sample video, but think of this, from the perspective of a potential buyer, just how incredibly sticky this would be. And this neighborhood search will also be featured on each one of your listings as well. So if you've got let's say a listing in South Tampa in Hyde Park, on each one of your listing profiles, you'll actually have the Hyde Park neighborhood video as well, just giving that potential buyer an incredible experience. And you can also share this directly with your clients as well.
Imagine a European village set in the foothills of Los Angeles, and you'll have an idea of what Los Feliz is like. Residents experience the best of LA on foot, strolling through mountain paths or the cozy vibe of the shops and restaurants below. Sidewalks shaded by eucalyptus trees lead past patio cafes like Little Dom's or Cafe Figaro. Locals browse the stacks of indie bookstore Skylight books and flip through clothes in vintage stores like Squaresville and the Bearded Beagle. Old world style eateries and classic lunch counters are right down the street from vintage movie theaters. Los Feliz is a midway point, nestled between the flashy pop of Hollywood to the west and quiet Silver Lake to the east. For LA living, you're at the center of everything but the beach. The neighborhood is conveniently located between the 5 and 101 freeways, with the two running right through Silver Lake, but traffic can be heavy. Above the sidewalk patios, the grand mountains of Griffith Park are just a short walk away. People ride mountain bikes and horses on miles of trails and find peace walking through groves of ancient trees. On the other side of the ridge, the Greek Theater hosts the best bands in the world, and the Griffith Observatory offers views of the stars above and the lights of the city below. Luxurious Spanish estates in the foothills sell for tens of millions of dollars, but first-time home buyers can find one-bedroom condos for under $500,000. Between these extremes, there's a colorful mix of mid-century moderns, pre-war bungalows, and Spanish revivals, ranging from $1 million to $5 million. Franklin Avenue Elementary School and Thomas Starr King Middle School get A- grades from Niche. John Marshall Senior High School includes a school for environmental studies and gets an A grade from Niche. Los Feliz means the happy ones, and it's easy to see why.
So incredible content that we've rolled out, and keep in mind, this is about creating a stickier experience for a potential home buyer, just saving you a ton of time so the leads that you get are just higher quality leads if they're coming from homes.com. So all in all, it's the best site for the consumers, whether a buyer or a seller, and then also from the agents as well, an incredible experience and tons of exposure that you would get, and also the accompanying leads as well. So I'm going to jump live into the product to give you guys a quick snapshot as far as how a membership of homes.com would benefit you to once again get more exposure, more leads as a result of that. So I'm going to run a quick example. If I just run a quick search on homes.com within Pinellas County. So you can see here across the top, we have additional filters that nobody else does as well. If I scroll down through here, we're the first and only that has both niche and great schools. So we have an exclusive agreement with those two providers to make sure we're the only ones that have both niche and great schools rating. So if I want to say, all right, show me just homes where you've got a niche grade of at least A- and great schools of, let's say, 8+, and then I can hit see those homes. You can kind of see those pockets throughout Pinellas County there. But in the search results there now, after inputting that filter, you've got about 1,351 homes for sale that meet that criteria. The members of homes.com are going to sort to the top of the search results from the map here. So you can see as I scroll down the left side, you can see all of the members of homes.com, their listings, and you'll eventually get to a cutoff where you get to the non-members there. So you can see right after Patrick here, this one on Lancer Lane, Shannon's listing, this is going to be the first non-member listing. So as a member, you're going to sort to the top of the search results there, naturally getting significantly more traffic, more exposure, and more leads, and then subsequently more commission dollars in your pocket as a result of that membership. Also included with that as well, though, is if I do a quick neighborhood search, just as an example, and I'm over here in Pinellas, so let's just say we're interested in Snell Isle. I can once again input some additional filters, but you can see the neighborhood video for Snell Isle will appear here. You can see all the additional photography, incredible content that our team included through here. But if I'm a potential buyer and I'm looking for an agent that's doing deals in that area, all I have to do within that neighborhood search is say, all right, show me agents with experience through here. And the members of homes.com are going to sort to the very top of the search results there as well. So you can see there are 424 agents that have active listings or they've got closed transactions on Snell Isle there. So you can quickly see how Brenda, Jane, Adam, sorting to the top of the search results, they're going to get significantly more clicks, about 20 times on average versus a non-member there. And if you are a member, you get even distribution amongst those members within that agent directory and that neighborhood search as well. If I jump back to the homepage, once again, the school search, this is incredible content that you have through here. In fact, I live kind of like Bel Air 19 over here, but my wife and I are looking at potentially moving over the next 12 to 18 months, something like that. And schools are subsequently going to be an important decision for us. So if I'm looking down the road and I wanted to get an idea of, let's just say, Clearwater Central Catholic High School, you can click right into that individual home. Or excuse me, the school search here, and you've got incredible content as far as average SAT scores. You can see student to teacher ratios. This one just so happens to be a private school, so you can see the annual tuition there. Information about after school activities, some of the coursework there. You've also got what universities are most commonly attended post-grad as well. Areas of study, reviews, but then as I scroll down here, the members of homes.com that are doing deals or have listings in that school district will also be featured directly on the school search as well. So quick, easy way to once again get in front of your target audience, whether on the buyer agency side of things or on the listing side of things, but really differentiating yourself from your competitors as a result of that. And then lastly, I dove into the agent directory a little bit through the neighborhood search, but if I wanted to search, let's just say St. Pete, I'm a buyer and I'm looking for an agent to work with. I can quickly click right into that. You can see 12,349 real estate agents in the city of St. Pete. Once you filter it down, you might, whittle it down to say 20 pages, something like that. We've probably got somewhere around 100 pages right here. But you can quickly see all of the members of homes.com are going to sort to the top of that search results. Once again, naturally getting more exposure, more clicks, more leads as a result of all of that additional exposure as well. So once again, quickest, easiest way to reach that target audience and then really differentiate yourself as a result of being a member there. So I'm going to jump back into the deck and then wrap up a couple other things as far as the buyer agent collaboration that you have through here as well. So just let me know. There we go. Can you guys see the agent directory slide there?
Yeah.
All right, perfect. So once again, best for everyone, whether on the consumer side of things or on the agency side of things. But if I were to click into an individual agent directory, and once again, I'll filter through here, but let's say I'm a buyer and I'm looking for folks that are doing deals in a specific neighborhood or municipality, whatever it might be. I can then click into any of these individual agents from that agent directory. For instance, David here as an example can quickly see all of his closed transactions, his active listings, and folks want to do business with somebody that they know as well. So you have this incredible profile that you have on David, but you can also see what neighborhoods David is the local expert in, whether it's where his listings are centralized, what seller deals he's been doing, or like I said, I'm a buyer, so I want to see, all right, who's or where's David doing his buyer agency deals, and I can click into him. But let's say I like David, like his profile, like his body of work here. I can then hit connect with agent. And then as I search on homes.com, David's going to appear right on those listing profiles. So I can quickly and easily collaborate directly with my agent right on homes.com. And then as I search, I'll identify a couple properties that they like, go through. And then let's say, all right, I like this one. I'm going to favorite this one in Encino. and then send it over to him. Say, hey, David, let's take a tour of this week if we can, and send that directly to him. Now, this is the great thing. It's basically an instant messenger directly on homes.com. And then you can really collaborate with your clients as a result of this. So on the agent side of things, let's say now I'm David and I go into my dashboard directly on the homepage here. I can actually manage all of my client relationships and then collaborate with them in their home search. So within David's account, let's say I'm interested in what Alicia here is up to. I can click right into Alicia Clyburn, see the blue dots there, ones that she has, clicked into once or twice, has medium interest. The orange dots, she's got higher interest in, so maybe 3 to 5 clicks into those. And then you can see the hearts are the ones that she's favorited. But you're the local expert, so you can actually come through here, click on recommendations based on the feedback that Alicia's provided to you, and then actually recommend more homes. And now you can see up there in the top left, I'm actually now searching on Alicia's behalf as the local expert. I can check a couple that would be a good fit for her. And then all I have to do up there in the top right, click recommendations, send it off to her, add any additional notes, whether it be a newly renovated outdoor space, whatever it might be. And then from Alicia's perspective, she logs into homes.com and you can see all of those recommendations that David has made will be right there on the homepage. So she can easily dislike, just really collaborate with her agent within that home search as well. And then also from David's perspective, whether you're looking to service your existing clients or also looking to win new listings, you can use my dashboard on homes.com to really differentiate yourself from your competitors as well. So on each one of your listings, you'll have this listing performance report where you can quickly see, all right, how much exposure is that listing getting? But if I am looking to go into a listing presentation and I want to show a potential prospect how much additional exposure I'm getting versus a non-member versus my competitors, I can quickly and easily show that and share this with a client, whether once again they're an existing client or you're going into a listing appointment looking to pick up a new listing as well. But something that we do that nobody else is doing as well is the listing retargeting. If you guys have ever looked at, let's say, a pair of shoes online, and then that pair of shoes stalks you across the internet, same concept here. If somebody clicks into one of your listings on homes.com, we'll retarget them as they leave our website and go to whether it's New York Times, YouTube, ESPN. And so you're constantly in front of that target market, and once again, differentiating yourself. If you've ever heard it takes 7 to 8 impressions to really make an impact on a potential prospect, as a result of that listing retargeting, you're going to be in front of those folks on average about 50 times as well. So just constantly in front of them. And then also, lastly, with that listing performance report, you can quickly show your client, where those traffic sources are coming from, or if this is just for your own intelligence, you can see if they're coming from the school search, the neighborhood search, whatever it might be. So all in all, an incredible experience for the consumers and from the agents. And with that, we're really starting to see it in the numbers. So February numbers just came in, and we've now surpassed 149 million average unique monthly visitors. To put this in perspective, CoStar Group acquired Homes.com in May of 21 and completely stripped down both the website and the business model. So this is the really astounding thing. You can see these are our unique visitors as of November of 22, about 6 million average unique monthly visitors. And then in less than 12 months, already in September of 23, surpassed 100 million average unique monthly visitors. This was without doing any consumer marketing whatsoever, though. This was strictly perfecting SEM, so buying keywords. If somebody types in Old Northeast homes for sale, making sure that homes.com is going to appear at the top of the paid search, but also the organic search within Google as well. And then, recently with those February numbers, you can see we have about 2.5 times realtor.com's traffic and nearly 3 times Redfin's traffic as well. So all in all, 567% year-over-year growth. And naturally, as our traffic increases, our competitors' traffic is going to reduce as a result of that. Once again, though, that was without doing any consumer marketing whatsoever. And now we've launched the largest marketing campaign in the history of real estate, kicked off by 4 Super Bowl commercials a couple weeks ago. And if you haven't seen it, I'll play the first one that went live on Super Bowl Sunday.
So, I hear some of you are concerned about the fact that I'm taking over the company from my great uncle. Well, rest assured, company's in great hands. Hit the vid, Marcy.
Now?
Yeah, now. We're bringing together the nation's agents in a super comprehensive agent directory. You know he bought a helicopter. Gathering up close, detailed info on neighborhoods. And hiring top experts to get you insider info on local schools.
What y'all think? Smash or nah?
Nah!
You got Wheezy for this?
Exciting, right?
Now, who want to see what 100 G's look like?
Homes.com. We've done your homework. Now that is worth celebrating.
I love it.
Thank you.
Homework. Very clever. Very
Drink
clever.
up, everybody. Ding dong. Homes.com.
And for those that saw Jeff Goldblum, or as we call him, Brad Bellflower on Apartments.com, we did the exact same thing with Apartments.com back in 2015 when CoStar Group acquired Apartments.com. It was the 4th or 5th leading apartment listing site. In about a year and a half, it quickly turned into the #1 apartment listing site online. So just constantly, building great websites with a proven track record there. And we're going to do the exact same thing now with Homes.com. We're going to invest $1 billion over the next 12 months into now marketing Homes.com. We're going to reach 90% of American households, and it's going to result in 80 billion impressions. You can see streaming, broadcast television, podcasts, radio, all of those audio networks as well, prime time and syndicated television, and also targeting specific sporting events as well. Once again, 4 Super Bowl commercials, the Paris Olympics, and March Madness as well, just to name a few. And then also all of the award shows as well. So, and then lastly, as far as the marketing campaign goes to, just really going to pour it on as far as the SEO and SEM as well. So once again, if somebody types in Clearwater Homes for Sale, just making sure that Homes.com is going to be that first click. So all in all, I know I just threw a ton at you guys there. This is what the membership actually looks like to Homes.com. So as a non-member, you'll be on Homes.com and you'll benefit from your listing, your lead, all of your listings. You'll see your contact information across Homes.com. But as a member of Homes.com, you'll sort to the top of the search results, naturally getting significantly more clicks, more exposure, more leads as a result of that. In a couple different ways. In the listing search, you'll sort to the top. Within that agent directory, you'll get 20 times the agent profile views sorting to the top of the agent directory. Also on all of your listings, your other listings, as well as your sold transactions will be featured, including a little profile there on yourself. But also as a member of Homes.com, your listings will also appear on non-members' listing profiles as well. So constantly, differentiating yourself, getting that repeat traffic to your listings. And then also you'll be featured within the neighborhood search as an agent that specializes in that area. You'll also be featured right there on the homepage, and then also directly in the school search as well. And then last but certainly not least, all of the listing retargeting, which gives you about 40 times the traffic. And then also with your agent profile, 40 to 50 times the additional traffic. So if somebody leaves Homes.com, your agent profile will constantly be in front of that target market as well. So all in all, about 380 times, the total folks that will see you versus a basic agent. You can see about 1.4 total times that you'll be seen versus about 7,800 for a non-member. And then this is really the money slide here. As far as the direct leads that come to you, you'll get 9 times the leads as a member versus a non-member. So on average, you'll see about 6.6 on a monthly basis versus 0.7 for a basic non-member as well. So all in all, quickest, easiest way to reach your target audience is being on Homes.com, and then that membership to Homes.com, fastest, easiest way to differentiate yourself above your competitors, leading to all that additional exposure, more traffic, more leads in your arsenal, and more commission dollars in your pocket as a result of that. So as far as pricing goes for Homes.com membership, it's all unique to the individual agent. So the way our pricing works, It's a direct feed coming in from the MLS. So we know how many listings someone has, how many closed transactions they have, and then the value of those listings and those transactions. So it's a 3-year average, a running average based on the number of listings, the number of transactions, and then the value of those listings determines your pricing. So what I'll do, I've been kind of trying to keep track as far as names of folks that are on the call. John, if you want to distribute my contact information.
Yeah, Andrew, I will. And I'm sure there's a lot of questions. So Karen, let's start with you.
Sure.
Hi, yeah, it's very interesting. I like the concept. So did you say that you partnered with EXP?
We have. So they were actually out at the, we hosted a number of the CEOs of all the, the major brokerage houses out at the Super Bowl. Just more so encouraging the agents to partner with homes.com. You may see something in the coming months potentially, but I haven't gotten a word just yet, but potentially down the road.
Obviously, I'm getting at discounts, if we're a preferred partner, sometimes we get discounts. So just curious about that.
Yeah, so we are able to for this group individually, the folks that sit through one of these demonstrations, we are able to offer a 10% discount that will expire close of this week as well. So you got 5 days or so to take advantage of that 10% discount.
Karen, go ahead. Finish up with your questions. So I got one as well. Go ahead.
Yep.
Okay. Do you limit the agents per zip code? Because obviously I searched my zip codes, and as usual, there's like 50 agents on there that are paying you.
Yep. So we're
So how are you sell me on why I should buy that zip code if I'm competing with all those people?
So we're completely different from a Zillow or realtor.com where you pay for a zip code and then you appear on other folks' listings, one of their products. Basically, with a membership, it's really going to be where you have active listings. All of your listings, whether they're in Jacksonville or Miami, they'll sort to the top of the search results. And then also as far as the agent directory, the school search and everything, it's really where you're doing deals or you have active listings as well. So it's centered around where you have history.
Okay. If I sold, how are they distributed? Is it alphabetically that they?
That's a nice thing. Even distribution in that agent directory. Yep, and also in the listing search. So if you're a member, you're going to constantly get even distribution, depending on the geography or whatever a consumer, however they searched.
Okay, so it's not like alphabetically all the time.
Yep, correct. Nope, it'll even distribution. Yep, it's kind of a random sort, but making sure that if you're a member, that you're getting even distribution with the other members.
Okay, and then can you add your past sales, or like I went on the site and I was looking at some of the bios. Can you add like your past sale, like listing sales, like how you could do with Zillow, or do you limit
so
it?
they're all it's all MLS data, so it's all automatically up there as well.
Okay.
Yep. So we take care of that entire process for
like
you.
even
Yep.
if it was 2008?
Correct. So on the site, you'll see 5-year histories. But you can also get in touch with support too. Yep. And work with them if you're looking to showcase something in particular.
And as a listing agent, if I'm at a presentation trying to sell myself on a seller that I'm a member of this, and all my sellers, well, why aren't you on Zillow? Why isn't my open house on Zillow? Zillow. How do you have stats for like your 149 million visits versus Zillow? Or do you have something? Because I saw the Redfin, I saw the realtor.com.
As far as the page clicks, not just yet. We did get the preliminary February numbers. So we're at about 149 average unique monthly visitors. Zillow, I believe it was in January, we're at 220 or so, and they were forecasted, from what I heard, drop down to 193 in February. So we're kind of at this convergence. Our traffic's going up, theirs is dipping as a result of that. So I don't have the individual like profile views on a Zillow, but with homes.com, I can shoot you a screenshot of those average numbers, those last 3 slides of the deck, what you would get on average.
Okay. And what protects me as an agent when I send my client to homes.com if I'm a member?
As far as, it's a public website. So if you want to, yep, go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, like as far as that, like obviously I'm instead of sending them to my KV Core website, which I know I've got them captured and they're not going to no one's going to be contacting them. Is that the same premise with homes.com?
Yeah, if you want to, you can just share them your agent directory profile so they'll see your active listings on there. Otherwise, if you just wanted to share like the URL for one of your individual listings, you have that as an option too. Or if you want to just print out like a listing performance report, if it's in one of your existing clients, you can show them, how much traffic you're getting versus a non-member.
Okay, got it. That's all, John.
Thank you, Karen. Anybody else? Raise your hand if you do. Go ahead, Terry, unmute.
Good morning, Andrew. So if you have a client that is on your site that's not through KV Core, but like Karen said, through homes.com, can other agents see them?
Not if they haven't connected with them, no. You're talking about like doing like a reverse IP lookup of who the searcher is?
Right.
No, I mean, if they submit a lead, then they'd be able to, but otherwise, no, they can't see like search profiles and search history.
Okay. And you can buy zip codes, for instance.
Yeah, no, so the membership is strictly, it will sort you to the top depending on where you're doing deals and where you have active listings. So if you have 5 listings, all 5 of your listings will sort to the top in the search results, no matter if they're in St. Pete or Miami, whatever it might be. And then also, as a member, you'll sort to the top of the agent directory. You'll be featured in the neighborhood search, the school search, and you get all of that listing retargeting as well.
Okay. At any point, when a client goes on Google and puts in something like that, and say in my area of Palm Coast, let's say you don't have any listings. Is there a chance?
They'll see you in the agent directory.
Okay, but you showed a page where there was just one agent with a square with a picture, basically saying for information, click here. Would that ever come up if you don't have listings?
If you're doing deals in a specific area and somebody searches that agent directory, they'll see you there. If you don't have any active listings and they're searching a specific area, they'll see the non-members listings, but nobody will sort to the top, if that makes sense. It'll be even distribution of the non-member listings if there's not a member in that area. But if you are a member and there's only non-members, then you're always going to be that first click, if that makes sense.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Yep.
Sherry, you're next, Sherry.
Okay, so I think you just answered the question. If you're a new agent, you don't have anything going on right now because you're working your tail off, you're not going to float up to the top. Even
you will
if you're a member.
You will in the agent directory, in that neighborhood search and the school search. You will sort to the top of the. So if somebody's looking for a buyer agent to work with in, let's say, Palm Harbor, if you're a member specializing in that area, you'll be featured within that agent directory.
So let's say somebody pulled up a listing, and that listing is not a listing of a member.
Mm-hmm.
Then someone who doesn't have any listings, if they're in that queue, will show up.
If they were to click into like the neighborhood search on that listing as an agent that specializes in that area, you will be able to kind of take some traffic away. But on that individual listing, though, only the listing agent, whether they're a member or a non-member, are the one that they'll be the one that is showcased on that listing to align with your listing, your lead.
Okay.
One thing I noticed, Andrew, I'm sure this is how it works, but you guys catch there was 12,000 some agents in St. Pete. Well, that's not the case. I mean, that's, there's probably 30, 35,000 total in Tampa Bay. So I'm guessing, Andrew, that when an agent does their profile, they're choosing all the cities that they work out of, and that's why that comes up that way.
Correct, and it's kind of a meritocracy there. It's based on where you're doing deals or have active listings as well. Yeah, because if you do like Orlando, you've got I think 21,000 or so. Tampa right around 20,000 as well. So when you add it all up, that was really just the folks that are doing deals or have listings in the city of St. Pete within the city limits.
Yeah, and Sherry brought up a good point, because I was thinking this as well. A majority of the people on the call are not heavy top producing listing agents yet. Mm-hmm. They're more in the buyer agent pool. So how can homes.com help them get more business?
Big thing is that agent directory. There are going to be millions of folks that go onto homes.com to find the perfect agent to work with. And when you have, I mean, like St. Pete, 12,000 agents that specialize in that area, as a member, you're going to sort to the very top of that search results, just really differentiating yourself. And if you've ever heard nobody goes to page 2 of Google, same concept here. Nobody's going to go to page 20 within those search results. So as a member, you're going to be constantly in front of the sellers that are looking for an agent to list their property with, but also those buyers that are looking for a local expert. I moved down here from DC back in 2016, I would have gone into that agent directory, see who's, relevant in a specific area. And I'm naturally going to see members before I see non-members in that agent directory.
I get that, but here's the struggle I think we're going to have is half the agents on this call have not had one transaction yet. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, and so how do you, first of all, how do you base their pricing since they've got no history?
Yeah.
Okay. They've got no listings. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. You'd see a base minimum price for somebody if they don't have transactions and don't have active listings. They're naturally going to pay a significantly lower rate than somebody that has. I mean, you saw like Brenda Wade there in St. Pete at 1,600 deals, something like that. You're ranging anywhere from $100 to $150 a month for somebody that's brand new to the industry, whereas Brenda, I think, is paying $8,000 a month, something like that. It's all dependent on how many listings you have and the benefit, around the listings, but also the transactions. How much repeat business and traffic are you getting as a result of that profile?
But then Brenda would be, regardless, she would be still up at the top above us because of her volume, because of how much she's paying. Versus
that's a nice. You get even distribution with her, even as a member. They're going to give you an even sort there. She'll naturally, because she has more listings, is going to wherever they are, she's always going to be at the top of the search results. She's going to definitely benefit in the listing search, but from the agent directory and the neighborhood search, you're going to get even distribution with Brenda within that as well.
Yeah. Anybody other questions?
Oh, how Jersey? How does that work? We still do this everything through like going through this way?
Yeah. So I'll shoot you pricing details, and if you are assigned to another rep, something like that, I'll be sure to point you in the right direction there.
Okay.
I'm gonna have most of the Tampa folks, but if you're in Jersey or somewhere else, might be a different contact there.
Andrew, do you have stats on people, like John said, that have no history? Do you have stats as to how often they receive a client?
I don't just yet, not isolated to brand new agents just yet. I'll look to get that data. Keep in mind too, we have only been selling homes.com for about 3 weeks now too. So I'll once we get more data with that too, though, I'll be sure to send it your way.
And I think that's very important.
Yeah.
I mean, as a new agent, if the stats say that you're, chances are you're going to get clicked on twice in a month, I would say, and their membership is $100, $150, I'd say that's worth it.
Mm-hmm.
If they're good leads.
Yeah.
Yep, for sure. Yep. Yeah, because the numbers I provided, they are kind of bulk averages, but I'll see if I can get some isolated numbers to folks with lower transaction and listing counts.
Good. How about teams? Obviously, the teams have a lot of listings under the team leader. Would it be beneficial to run this kind of as a team?
Everything at this point is your listing, your lead. So if you're the primary contact on a listing within the MLS, you're the one that's going to get the additional exposure. If you are co-listing something though, and you get an inbound lead, everyone on that team that's on the listing in the MLS is going to get that additional lead. So we don't have a team plan at this point. Easiest thing to do is just get everybody on the team to benefit from the listings and the agent directory, and we get that 10% discounted rate too.
Go ahead, Terry.
Can a member of homes.com, if a customer clicks on them, have them go directly to their KV Core system?
You can upload a website link directly on your profile. Yep.
So at that
And
point,
if you,
then you can adjust, if you want to send that lead to one of your agents, you can then do that once they're in the KV core system.
yeah, for sure. And it's nice too, because if you download the mobile app, you'll get the push notifications on inbound leads too. So
Gotcha.
it's essentially like getting a text message. Yep. And then you can distribute it to your liking.
Okay.
Interesting. Good. Any questions? Anyone else? Karen, what's your overall take of this? You're the techno.
I mean, yeah, I love it.
Well, you know what's interesting about it? How many times or how many hours did we talk about going to neighborhoods to create video?
Well, that's just it. I mean,
No.
we've been doing this, I mean, I was doing video in 2014. I mean, but I could never do what, I mean, I got video of my community, but just one. I mean, it's impossible for an individual to duplicate this.
Right.
And I know that EXP was trying to do it with my lead, but homes.com is just so far ahead as far as they've got the money to spend on the SEO, on the, on having that school report. That's the school report and the neighborhood report. I think it's huge. And I think the advertising that they're doing also on it will drive traffic. Because I think Zillow's Zillow is always going to be the go-to probably, but that has to change eventually. And I think Zillow is becoming a little antiquated. They would have to, right, Andrew? I mean, their site, when I go onto your site, I'm like, wow, okay, this seems fresh and new.
Yeah, and we're in this for the long haul. And just to be very clear too, our intent is to be the #1 real estate portal out there as well. So once again, as our traffic goes up, theirs is starting to fall. And if you look at from just even a market cap perspective, CoStar Group's 3 times Zillow's size too, and has a healthy balance sheet too. So we're gonna continue to invest in homes.com, benefiting the consumers and the agents that are on there as well.
Yeah.
Very good.
I just thought I would add a little bit too. I'm in Temple Terrace, and I just want to say hello to the group. First of all, my name is Ken Bowden.
And hey, Ken, I am sorry I didn't introduce you. I know that you were on before, but I forgot to do it. So welcome to the team, Ken. Go ahead.
Thank you. I think that this is really, really promising. You think of all the people that are relocating into Florida. They don't know the neighborhoods. They don't know the schools. This could be a real big resource for them. And I could see trying to plug into this and get those folks information that they need to make a decision on where they're going to live. I know that, a few years ago when I moved here, this would have been a great resource to have. I really do appreciate that. I've been flipping through the site as you've been talking, and I am interested in this. That's for sure. We'll have to kind of figure out how I could get involved with this. I don't have any transactions right now in Florida. I was an agent in Colorado. I do have a long history of transactions there, but nothing in Florida. But I just wanted to kind of shout out that I think that with the neighborhood information and the school information, I think that this is really, really good information.
Yep, appreciate it. Yeah, exciting times for sure. Yeah.
Thank you. Anything else? Anyone?
So the pricing is based on your past 3 years of sales, and then
Yep, past 3 years of transactions and the number of listings that you generally carry over the last 3 years, and then the value of those listings too. So if you're doing $200,000 deals versus $10 million deals, it'll adjust that accordingly. So I'll send individual pricing out to everybody. And like I said, the pricing I provide you, it's based on your activity essentially.
Very good. Well, Andrew, thank you very much for taking a few minutes. Very informative. I think it's a very interesting site. And if you want to get it to me and I can distribute it, or would you like everybody's email address? What works for you?
Yeah, I've been trying to keep tabs on who we have here, so I might send you a couple just to get last names and stuff, and I should be able to send individuals out. Otherwise, I'll send them your way and see if I can anyone that was missing. We'll get them squared away. So it looks like Michelle, you'd get the 10% discount. I'm going to include it in a link to each one of you. So you're going to get a follow-up email from me and then a separate email as far as activating the membership, and that 10% discount will be applied. Like I said, it's going to expire Friday, close of business. But yeah, we'll get you squared away, but it'll all be included there.
Wonderful. Okay, Jim Ong, you're on. It's your turn.
Give me, guys. I got to jump, so I got a 10 o'clock. So thanks so much for having me, and we'll talk soon.
Andrew, give us 1 second. We just take a quick.
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead.
Yep.
Okay. Just need everybody put their camera on and smile so I can take a screenshot.
Oh.
Another couple seconds. Here we go. Okay, everybody. Look here. 3, 2, 1. Smile. Thank you.
Andrew, thank you very much again, and we will be in touch. Everybody, thanks for joining us. I hope you got some value out of this. We got another great guest next week with renovation loans, and then Katie with RPRs coming up. So please don't miss our Monday morning. Share with everyone. And I'll have the link on our Collaboration Cafe YouTube channel, Facebook page by this afternoon. All right? All good? Have a wonderful day.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.